Thank you for joining us on Sheridan County Ag Update. Today I have with me Emily Mitchell, the Sheridan County Youth Extension What is your title?
The longest name.
What is your title?
So technically, I'm University of Wyoming Extension Youth Development Professional.
There we go.
4-H agent, ag agent.
4-H all around 4-H.
Woman of many names.
All around 4-H lady.
4-H lady.
There we go. Emily, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me. It's been a little while.
It has been. Life's been crazy.
It has been very crazy. And it is about to get even wilder because we are...
It's fair.
Like 8 days away. So
it's fair.
It is. It's the most wonderful time of year. We're 8 days away from my 8th county fair.
Wow.
I know.
Well, congrats.
Thank you. 8 county fairs.
I know. And is it more challenging now after 8, or is it less challenging?
Definitely less challenging because I know more about what we're doing, and we have a lot of really involved volunteers. Our administrative staff has kind of like fine-tuned the machine a little bit. So we have a system. We have the organization. We've got all of that going. We are a little short-staffed this year, but we're just rolling with it. So ready or not, here it comes.
Here we come. All right, well, let's just jump in and talk about fair because it is right around the corner.
Yep.
Kids have been working on their projects all year long for the last few months. It's just hectic.
It is. And I was reading a post on social media earlier about what your home is like during the week before county fair. And this year our home looks a little different, and but it's still the same buzz of excitement. It's still the unfinished projects everywhere. And right now there's like a computer taken apart on my kitchen counter. It's labeled with sticky notes. There are laptops everywhere. There's still halters in my car from sheep and goats, and still shavings tracked through the house. Yeah, so it's still this like crescendo of we have to get everything done. Oh my goodness, we have to get everything done. And I think that's a universal feeling no matter what kind of projects you're in, right? So even if you're in static projects, you're manically trying to finish up that quilt or perfect that recipe or get those animals clipped and ready to go. It's just everything builds up. And then once it starts, here it is. But it's something that is a universal feeling for people who have been in the world of 4-H, and it's I love the thought of it being generational because when my kids are older, hopefully their kids are in 4-H, and then I'm able to they'll get to experience the other side of it, the other side of 4-H. But it's really it's really great, and there's a lot of emotion building up because this was our last year of breeding our own livestock. So it's bittersweet in that regard, but we still have our market. We still have our breeding animals that the kids are showing. And so there's this sense of change and end, but also this excitement of something new. And yeah, because there's a lot of new things happening at the fair this year.
There is. So let's start with the horse shows.
Horse is back. We're back on the fairgrounds.
Back at the fairgrounds.
That's really exciting. And so we're not starting on Friday and doing the 3-day show anymore. So we're starting actually Saturday, the 26th. And so that's actually first day of fair. So dairy cattle and dairy goats start that morning as well. Horse events with halter and showmanship happen that morning. And that's the same day that we have the medieval festival and the jousting events. So it starts really strong all at the fairgrounds. So that's exciting that we're back on site. It's been a few years.
Well, speaking of changes, let's talk about the horse show.
Yeah, so for the last few years, the 4-H and FFA horse show has been up at the Agri Park, which has been great. But they've had some changes, and so we are back at the fairgrounds this year, which is really exciting because it's very integrated into fair. It's right there where all the action is. Also, we're not starting on Friday and doing a 3-day show. We're starting on Saturday still doing a 3-day show. So Saturday begins in the morning with the horse show. And at the same time as the halter and showmanship classes, the dairy show is going to be happening down in the show ring. So dairy cattle and dairy goats. Same day as the medieval festival and the jousting event up there that evening. And so there's just going to be a lot of action to kick off County Fair all in one really crazy day.
One felt swoop.
Yeah. One. And then so Sunday are the Western and English events.
And this is more the classic horse show events that people think of. The reining, the trail, that kind of thing.
Right. And then with the English, with the jumping and all of that.
The hunt seat equitation and all these big words that my niece has taught me over the years from her jumping.
So I love to watch.
Yes, very graceful.
It is. And then Monday is going to be extremely different because we always have the dog show Monday mornings. But then we're adding the horse speed events that evening starting at 5:30. So that way if the community wants to come and watch those speed events, which are really exciting timed events, it's in the evening and folks can come and watch.
And so that's barrels, poles, goats, those things.
Rodeo kinds of events.
Yes, those traditional rodeo, kids rodeo type of events.
So they're excited to do those also. And then after the horse wraps up, we move right into static judging. So Tuesday is another big day because that's when kids can start to bring all their stuff up to the fairgrounds to set up pens. No animals yet, just their gear. And that's the same day that all the static projects. So I did some numbers earlier because I'm always looking at data.
Yeah, I would say you are a number person.
I love it. So we have 378 static exhibits registered, which is exciting because, through time, I love to kind of watch trends of what projects kids are really into, what's kind of waning right now. And the last couple of years, static has been down. So I'm encouraged by the number that we have here, that hopefully we're on an uptick.
Well, and I think, the exhibit hall is going to stay open a little bit later this year, so folks can get up there and see these static exhibits. Back in my day, they were just called the indoor exhibits, but this is everything from the photography and art to the cake decorating to vegetables to the quilting, the welding, all
the arts and crafts.
Yes, all kinds of the projects that are indoors. So, come up and see what some of these kids do. It is amazing for their age what some of these kids make.
Yeah, and they've put so much time in them. I know I can speak for the action happening at my house. This is the third computer he's taken apart. And so it's been a process. And so it's exciting to see what they finally end up with and what they've learned, because this is a summative display of what they've learned. And sometimes it is a challenge. Sometimes it's really hard and maybe it didn't turn out the way they wanted to, but time was up. And such is life. But I love that it's a real representation of what they're interested in and what they've learned.
Well, and there's so many different things now than there used to be back in my day. There was just a limited number, and it was a lot of home ec type stuff. Right. And like I said, there was the leather craft and the welding, but now they have robotics and like the computers and Legos, and there is just a huge array of things now.
And we continue to add at the county level. We have the autonomy to add classes and things based on what our community youth are interested in. And so we've already decided that next year we're having a whole new class of just Lego exhibits. Because how do you judge a Lego exhibit next to a painting or a sculpture? They don't really fit anywhere. It's kind of apples to oranges. And we've seen such an increase. We're going to just
make that
And also
class.
It's a difference if you're judging something that someone built with a kit. They're able to follow the directions. It looks perfect. Or if it's something that they created and designed themselves. So it may not look perfect. The colors may not all match. But there's the functionality and the creativity of it. So how do you... This one's very right-brained, one's very left-brained. So you have to also take that into consideration. And again, how do you judge that against a clay pot that someone made in art class. And the unfortunate reality is that's where everything is put. But that's okay because we have some incredible, talented, and able to differentiate and really weigh in. We've got some great judges. So, and a lot of them have experience in this and working with youth and understanding youth development and things like that. So that's exciting that it's not just, we found her down at the gas station. She's going to come judge county fair.
Come on up.
We need you. So that's exciting to get to reach out to the community members and say, hey, you know, I saw you down at Third Thursday at a booth. You look like you know what you're doing. You want to
come on
You want to come on up to the county fair?
So then we move into Wednesday.
Yeah. Oh, actually, no, we're not done. We're not done with Tuesday.
Oh, man.
No,
Tuesday's busy.
Tuesday's the really exciting one. It's Sheridan Media's favorite shows.
The cat and the pocket pet shows.
It is. It's the cat and the pocket. Well, actually, so it's pocket pet first.
Okay.
Then it's the cat show.
And I am not going to lie. To do those two shows, it's kind of like a fight upstairs amongst everybody because everybody loves the pocket pets. What's going to be there? Like Sheldon the turtle.
We have 116 cat show entries. 116 cat show entries.
Wow. Now, that's not 116 cats.
No, it's not cats, but that's entries. So in the different classes and things. But still, the number of exhibitors are up. We have senior-aged kids showing cats. Usually, we don't usually have seniors. We usually have, like, juniors and intermediates. But we have, like, high school-age kids showing the cat. So I'm really excited.
I learned a lot about showing cats from Drew Hiller, not going to lie. We had a whole night. We had a whole evening about it. And his show cats.
He knows what he's doing.
He's on it.
And the fact that he's an intermediate this year, she's concerned.
Oh?
As she should be. Because he's coming for her.
Who would have thought? His brother and his sister love their goats and their pigs, and here comes Drew with a cat. Love that kid.
That's the beauty of 4-H, though, is that kids get to be able to chase after what they are interested in. We're experiencing a lot of that in my family because both of my kids have done livestock and they've tinkered around with indoor projects. And my son has gotten more and more interested in technology STEM kinds of projects, where I almost was like, here's an old computer, take it apart. Here you go, do something. And he was fascinated with it. He was like, gee, this is what a motherboard looks like.
He really should come up here with our IT guys because even though they're in their 40s, they truly are 10.
He was totally geeking out. He's like, look at these cables. And so, of course,
we hear that a lot here.
Yeah, he's like, this one is this wide. And it is. It's like a giant power belt strip of awesome. And so, yeah. So anyways, but them being able to pursue things that they're particularly interested in, I think I probably say it every time I come on here, but kids I love public and classic education because it does serve such a need, while at the same time, the kids, these are the standards. I was in public education for 10 years. So these are the things that you're required to learn, and I don't care if you like math or not, you're going to learn it. But the beauty of 4-H is if you don't want to learn how to bake a cake, you don't have to. And if you really aren't into steers, that's okay too, because you can do there's like 60 different projects to choose from. And one of them is a catch-all called static self-determined. And so we have, anything can come. Bring it. What are you into? We want to see it. We want to see what you love and what you're interested in. Because when the kids have that spark of interest within themselves and they're able to pursue something that they love, that's where the magic happens. Because we're in the business of raising good people who are going to be good employees and good parents and good friends and good community members. And it all comes from having that feeling of self-worth and that self-efficacy, which is a $5 word that I love.
Oh, man. You're going to have to spell that one for Stuart.
It starts with an E.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Speaking of good people, I want to say real quick, because we just kind of dove in here. I want to say thank you to our sponsors real quick, which we have great sponsors, and they're huge sponsors of 4-H and FFA, which is Heartland Kubota and True Built Builders.
Absolutely.
I mean, they're some of our big sponsors for everything with Fair, and we really appreciate them for Fair and for this sponsoring this podcast.
Yeah, no, they sponsor awards. They come to our sale. They
As with so many businesses in this town. I
Absolutely.
mean, not just them. We are so fortunate where we live.
it's kind of humbling when every time you go to the mailbox at the extension office. It's just like love. Because I get to turn around and give it right back to the kids. That's how our program is free, is because of all of our donors. Because it's, everywhere across the state, we're facing budget cuts, and I still get to open that mailbox, and Sheridan County 4-H is still free.
Because not all 4-H is free everywhere.
Correct. Not every county. Some counties have like enrollment fees and things like that, which is fine because I can see that then there's some buy-in. And then also county fairs, sometimes there's entry fees and things, and we are just blessed in Sheridan County that that's not something that our kids ever have to worry about.
Quality Kubota machinery and customer care from the heart. Proudly serving Sheridan and the surrounding area since 1996. Go online to heartlandkubota.com or stop by Heartland Kubota, 2450 Heartland Drive. So,
Okay, now we're done with Tuesday. Pocket Pet, Cat Show, rolling into Wednesday. And Wednesday is also a new thing. So since 2020, we have had animal species come the day of their show at the crack of doom and weigh in at 6 a.m., put it in the computer, half asleep, chugging your coffee, and then you show. So every day they come in, that species weighs, then they show. Wednesday this year, everybody's coming. So we have time schedules based on the species that kids can bring their animals in and get them weighed, get it recorded. That also gives the staff time for us to get those weights entered the day before any shows start, because I'm telling you, the pressure at 6 a.m. to correctly enter a 15-digit number without transposing anything.
And get the weight correct.
And get the kid's name correct. Don't dare mess up. And then turn around and have the show happen right then. And people are knocking on the door. You have the show orders ready? I know you want them, and we're trying so hard. So it's going to be really great to get that all done Wednesday. We can break classes, be ready, and then show up Thursday for the swine show. Swine show is supposed to start at 8 a.m. with showmanship. Get all that done, and then we're going to take some break after showmanship and then move into our market classes and then have another break and then do some breeding. So that's exciting.
So I just want to touch base real quick on this. From the year of COVID, when we didn't know if we were going to have a fair, and part of it was we had to come and go, so there wasn't such large crowds. But our swine program is huge.
It is so big.
God bless our superintendents, Chris Sorensen and Tony Barnes. It's huge.
It has been consistently increasing every year. So like I said earlier, I've been doing this for 8 years, and every year the swine show gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And so we have 237 swine entries. Now, again, that's different from like number of pigs that are going to be there, but even still, we don't even have enough space and pens for all of them to be required to stay. So during 2020, the fair that we didn't know was going to happen, and thank goodness that it did, members showed their animal and took everything home. So nothing stayed on site. And because our programs keep growing, we still have to have that option for our members, just because we don't have anywhere for them to. I can't force everybody to stay if I can't provide a place for everybody to stay.
Well, and let's go one step further, a safe and adequate environment for them, meaning adequate airflow,
right,
adequate power to running fans. And unfortunately, our fairgrounds was built so long ago that we've outgrown it. God love the programs. We've outgrown it.
Job security.
But it's awesome. We've outgrown it, but then that means that there can't be all the animals on the grounds all the time. And so I know that there's been questions about that, and I'm just hoping that that kind of explains it for some of those folks that have asked. It's not that we don't want to have that traditional fair for these kids.
Exactly.
We've just run out of room. And so, now we're trying to work to figure that out for the future, but that takes time.
And there's definitely some progress being made.
Absolutely.
There's progress being made. And I think having everybody weigh in on that one day, I was going through entries today and looking at, okay, you need a stall, you don't need a stall. Very heavy on the people are staying this year. Not everybody, because it's an option. I know we're going to take ours back because they're just down the road and that's where they're more comfortable. But at the same time, how easy is it to just leave them there?
Especially when you live quite a ways out of town.
Right. And so we have more staying this year than we have in the last 5 years.
Good.
So it's slowly getting there. And that's been something that every year when we get the county fair feedback forms that go out, that's something that consistently families are saying and community members are saying. And we hear you and we're trying. It's just, it's got more layers than just make everybody stay. Because where?
Yeah. Where are you going to stay?
Yeah.
We could put up a tent, I guess, but I'm not sure. But then again, that's still not, you still don't have the adequate.
Someone who has a tent that blew away one year during the beef show.
Yeah.
Multiple years, actually.
Yeah.
It's not always, that's not a solution.
I have kind of decided that if we need rain, just have a beef show.
Yeah.
All right, so moving into Friday.
All right. So Friday is kind of the crazy day for my family. But so in years past, it has started with the goat show and ended with sheep. This year we said, flip-flop those. So sheep are going to start us off that morning with breeding sheep at 8 a.m. I know. So breeding sheep first thing in the morning. Then we're going to have a nice break. And then the market goat show is going to start at 5:30 that night. So that, as a family who has kids that show everything they ever show on Friday all day long, it's going to be nice to split those way up and have a little bit of a break between the two, just so we can get the next species ready.
Right.
And there's a lot of families that do show both.
Because they are so similar.
Yeah, they kind of require the same things-ish.
Yeah.
Easier than a steer and a hog.
A little bit.
So,
Making plans for building a new barn, shop, or commercial building? Don't do any planning without a call to Sheridan's premier post-frame building and homes builder, True Built Builders, online at truebuiltbuilders.com.
So one thing I forgot to mention earlier was the ultrasound evaluation, which is something really neat that the kids get to do if they're in a market project. They can come, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, so the day of their species show, and we can get them ultrasounded. And that really is an interesting way to look at your project, not only as how they are exhibited in the ring and how their hair looks and how well they walk on a halter or not. It also examines your final product as well. And it's not always, it's different and it varies because it compares a lot of different variables. It compares the cuts, the internal muscle shape and structure and density. It also talks about how much fat in relation to those things. It takes into consideration the weight of those animals. And so really you get a different picture of that market animal and how it compares to others because it takes away all the fluff and it just looks at numbers.
Well, and it really gives you what the commercial cattleman, pork producer is really trying to do, which is what you are truly getting on the table.
Right.
And normally the fancy showy animals are not the ones that win the ultrasound. It is just the good old ranch steer or range ewe or whatever that are the ones that are usually winning that because that's what they're made for.
And it's interesting because we like to be able to recognize those kids because they put in the work. They put in the work, and we have to remember that we're raising a product. And so it's very important for the youth to learn that it isn't just about, the fluff.
At the end of the day, it's still about putting out a good product that the consumer wants.
Exactly, because that's our end goal. So that's exciting that they have that opportunity.
Well, and also with all the market species, you have the bred and fed, which is another kind of a contest within a contest, I guess you'd say.
So dear to my heart, because I know the work that goes in, and you do as well as a local producer. You know the work that goes in with these kids. If you are raising your own animals and producing them, it's not just I'm going to go buy this sheep in March. You've had that sheep since before it was born. You own the mother. You chose the sire. You counted down the days on the calendar. You were out there in the middle of the night. You may have even helped that animal come into the world and wiped its little face off and made sure it was breathing and got it warm and all the things. And then those children raise that animal, make sure that they're meeting all their milestones and that they're gaining their weight and they're growing healthy and giving them their vaccines and teaching them how to eat grain. And it's so much more encompassing. And as a producer, to see a young child be successful with something that you had such a heavy part in, it's so special to see that. And to see not just the product of the animal, but to see the learning. And that, because that's the prize, the learning of the kids and them learning the grit to be able to say, wow, this year was really hard and this was challenges I wasn't expecting, but I can still be successful. That's the prize right there. It's not the animal on the end of the halter. So that born and raised, that local product, it's pretty special. And we have that for all four species.
And you really see it a lot in the beef project. Last year, I think there was more born and raised, bred and fed, whatever you want to call it, than there was not.
Yes, which is so cool, especially as a producer, to see so many coming out of our county that are not only quality, they're like really good quality.
Absolutely.
We had more in the born and raised class than would fit in the show ring.
We did.
And so that was a challenge in itself. It's like, okay, how do we exhibit? So we ended up having to take the top 2 placings in each class that were born and raised. And so just because they wouldn't all fit in the show ring. And of course it was raining. Wasn't it raining?
Yeah,
it was a beef show day. It was
a beef show. Like I said, if you're cutting hay, don't cut any next Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
No, August 2nd, avoid cutting hay on beef show day because it's going to blow away.
But come in.
That's what you should do. Don't cut the hay.
Come into all the shows. Come in. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You've got them.
Clear your schedule.
Yeah.
These kids have worked hard.
Yeah. So Beef Show Day, Saturday, August 2nd, starting at 8 a.m.
Yep. And also on Saturday's Rabbit Show. So if the beef show's not your thing, but you are more of a fan of the bunnies instead of the beef, same day action.
Ooh, we should make a poster, bunnies and beef.
I know. I could.
You could make a post.
I could. In all my spare time.
I think also Saturday night is the mutton busting.
It is.
And the junior bull riding, which is free to the public to go up to.
It's really exciting too. So they added mutton busting last year, wildly successful. So they brought it back this year and then added the junior bull riding. And I'm so excited, Ted, because it's, we used to have the pig wrestling and things like that, but this is such a great community event that people can come to, and just getting folks at the fairgrounds, because this is kind of our hometown thing. We just had WYO, and it was wonderful, and we had people from all over the place coming to our town, and then now we get to take a deep breath and come back again together to support and love on each other and these kids. So yes, it's kind of special.
Yes. Sunday.
Okay, so Sunday is poultry show, chickens.
Which is a favorite of yours.
I love the poultry show. I don't have any poultry right now, but
maybe
them little Polish,
one day. Those little Polish were real cute.
I know. Maybe one day. I went and hung out with a friend of mine. I was down in Laramie last month working a state 4-H contest, and I got to go see a friend, and she has chickens, and I got to hang out with her little rooster, and they actually raise turkeys, and of course turkeys are kind of like the golden retriever of the bird world.
Oh.
They kind of just want to be your buddy.
Oh.
Untie your shoes. Hey, is that a zipper?
All we have is wild turkeys, and Bertha was the closest thing we had to.
What about Geraldine?
Well, and her and Geraldine, yeah, they bring their babies back to visit us every year.
I'm so
Here they
excited.
come.
Yeah, so Sunday also is going to be different. So we've got a livestock judging contest happening. We've got poultry show happening, and then this is new, because if we're going to do something new in our schedule, we're going to just new. So
Don't ease into it. Just
no, we're not. We're
throw
just
it all
jumping
out
into
there.
the deep end. So many of you are familiar with Round Robin, which is all of our top placing showmen in each of the species get to come back and compete for. Well, we've changed it. Now it is Ultimate Showman. Which I feel like Round Robin, you're like, what even is that? That's a song, right?
I feel
Maybe
like
it's
there should be
Rockin'
like
Robin.
I
don't
feel
know.
like there should be like a WWE belt or something for this, like I mean Ultimate Showman.
It is pretty. I wish you get like some with
Yeah.
fog machines or
Oh,
something.
yeah.
Really go all out. But it's going to be cool, and it's a little bit different structure, and I'm excited to see how it
And
plays out.
Our
this year.
county FFA advisors run that,
They do,
actually.
yeah.
So, we'll have Sheridan and Tongue River. And then this year we have the new chapter in Bighorn.
Yes.
And Ms. Bigler said she would be there. And I'm sure we have a new ag teacher out in Arvada, Claremont. And I'm sure she'll be up there too.
So Arvada Claremont, big news there.
Okay.
They're Johnson County now.
Oh, they are.
So obviously not like physically, but
Right.
their FFA chapter is participating in Johnson
Oh,
County
wow.
this year.
Okay.
I know. It was news to me too. I was like, okay, Clear Creek.
I mean,
I see you.
yeah. But you know what? Probably in the
It's so much closer
It
for
is.
them. It
It
makes
is.
more sense.
It does.
It
And
kind
they'll-
of stinks,
yeah.
but
But it does make, as probably a resident out there, it is
a lot
closer
more
to go to Johnson County. And they have a great fair as well.
they absolutely do. Bryce does an amazing job
does.
over there, and he helps plan and run the state fair. Bryce has got it dialed in. So
Which, if you look at our Sheridan Media Fair Guide, there is the Sheridan County Fair schedule. And then in the back, we also have the Johnson County Fair
really? That's
schedule
wonderful.
this year. So
we kind of overlap, don't we?
We do overlap some, but you are, if you're wanting to go, you're able to go watch kids in both counties. So we wanted to make sure that was in there for the folks.
I didn't know. That makes sense. We had a family from Johnson County come in yesterday, and I was like, what?
Yeah, Chandra called me.
I was like, how do we help you? I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. We're hoping actually in the future to be able to include them in more of the fair guide as well.
Yeah, they're just right there.
Absolutely. This year we kind of stepped out just a little bit and started that process. So I'm hoping to be able to get Bryce to come up and do this with me and, sort of get some of that more incorporated because we're right here. There's no reason we shouldn't be working together.
A lot of the community members overlap too.
Absolutely.
And I mean, my goodness, for a while this year we were living in Johnson County, and so it's kind of a special spot in the world.
Yes.
So I love that. I love that you guys are doing that, and maybe even you just start. My brain is just.
We'll have a whole.
We're gonna have to get into that a little bit more.
We're gonna have a whole conversation about this in the barn one night. I can see this is
what are
gonna
you
be a
doing
planning
tonight?
session.
Just kidding. It's Thursday tonight, so I know we're.
And I have a fair board meeting.
And there's that.
Yeah. So then Monday. Monday is Sale Monday.
It is. It's kind of the grand finale for a lot of our kids. They have been working on this, depending on whether they are just showing market or whether they're breeding their own market. This has been, those steer kids have been doing this almost a year.
It's a year-long project for the steers.
And so the kids will be coming up and cleaning and getting everything ready. The animals will either still be there or they'll come back if they did go home. The sale dinner starts at 4. And that's up at the fairground, at the exhibit hall at the fairgrounds. And then the sale starts promptly, per Mr. Kincaid,
Yes.
promptly at 5:30.
First animal in the ring at 5:30.
Exactly. So opening ceremonies is already done at 5:30.
Yes.
Because the animals are in there.
And one of the reasons for that is we do have a lot of animals, and the sale does tend to go late. So we want to make sure that we can get, get it going and get that process going so those animals don't have to miss their dinner. They don't have to wait that long. So we try to get it going, so comfort for the animals and the people that, listen, we're up there till 1, 2 in the morning, so I get it.
Yeah.
And
it's
then
a long night.
and then we're back at 5:30 to load out.
Yeah.
So I don't work that day.
Yeah. You work in a different way that
Exactly.
day.
Exactly. I don't
You
come
work for free that day.
I don't come into the station that day. So,
but that's a really big one. And then, so the sale dinner is so incredible because that's put on by community members. Mm-hmm. You know, the cattle women and the
chamber.
Yeah, I was like the chamber. I'm like the ag.
The Ag and Natural Resources Chamber Committee and the Sheridan County Cattle Women put that on. You know, Daryl and Wendy Bosick with Valley Meats have always donated the meat for that. Huge supporters. And I apologize, I didn't bring my list, but
I didn't either. That's why I was fumbling around, like, you know.
But you know, listen for the ads. Thank those sponsors who help us put that buyer's dinner on.
We couldn't do it without, because by then it's like day 57 of county fair, and we are all just completely fried and exhausted. And so I'm so thankful that we have someone come in and help carry the banner to the end.
Yes.
Get it done.
Yes. And so one new change we have with the sale this year is, I just want to say, we actually have, we'll be able to accept credit cards.
Oh, yeah.
We had quite a few people ask last year if we were able to. And so we've got that set up this year that you will be able to pay by credit card.
That's awesome. That's going to be a game changer.
It is.
For a lot of people. So very cool. Well, that's what's happening.
That's what's happening at the
fair. Be ready. And we do have a few other things happening as far as that the fairgrounds is putting on. There's going to be some games. There's going to be a petting zoo, and there's going to be some vendors and things like that they're all doing. And
the open class exhibits.
Oh, yeah.
Check the Sheridan County Fairgrounds website for those, the information on the open class exhibits, as well as the pie contest.
Yes, the pie contest is Sunday.
And they're having a pie auction.
What?
So, yes. So you bring 2 pies. You bring a pie to enter to be judged, and then you bring a pie that they're going to auction off, which all the proceeds from that go back to help putting on the open class.
All right, Tom Terry, where's your key lime pie? I'm calling you out because I will buy that pie.
So be sure and come. Bid on pies. Do not bid on Emily's key lime pie. She might.
If it's Tom's.
Listen,
Tom Terry's key lime pie.
By that Sunday, Emily's real tired, so I'm just going to warn you. There could be some.
Get you in the parking lot.
Exactly. So, anyways, then shortly after, we have basically less than a week, and then we head to State Fair.
It's a pretty fast turnaround. And so from that, then I'm taking, the day after the sale, we pack all of the static exhibits, get them loaded in the trailer. I take them down to State Fair with us, but we go ahead and pack those up right away and get ready to turn around. And I'm putting in all of our State Fair entries and making sure that 15-digit RFID tag number matches what's put, just to make sure that everything lines up, and getting everybody entered and making sure we have stalls and
Sheridan County.
Here we go.
And Sheridan County has a pretty good sized contingency of kids that go down between what goes down with the static exhibits and then the kids that take animals. It's a pretty
in the
large.
40s. I think last year was 43 kids.
Yeah.
Thank goodness for their parents that come and kind of help wrangle everything, because my goodness. But it's so fun too, because it's like going on a big camping show trip with all your best friends.
Yeah.
And just getting to hang out with them. I mean, I have to work while I'm down there, but at the same time, I still get to come in and see you guys at where the food is, and be like, please give me
Stuart
some water.
and I don't even have kids, and that's our vacation. It's another one of those working vacations, but it's a
fun.
vacation.
It's what you love with people you care about.
It is.
I think
it's that show family.
It is, and it's a really great culmination of all the hard work. You get to celebrate together. You celebrate each other's wins, because at the county level, everybody's kind of competing against each other. But then when we go to State Fair, the whole vibe changes, because then you're cheering for your county.
Well, and one of the things I saw last year that was so neat to watch was we had a big tent and we all would go and have meals together.
That was so fun.
And there was, I think early in the week, like Tuesday night, I think there was horse show kids there. There was dog show kids. Pretty quick, I see horse show kids over helping beef kids clean stalls. And then I see beef kids take off and go help the horse kids feed their horses. You know, I mean, it was that fair experience that you want your kids to have. Everybody
down there, and it's just really great. And how awesome that we had that spot.
Yes.
That hangout spot together, and that everybody was welcome there. Just come hang out. Come.
I'm not so sure that maybe I might have heard through the grapevine that maybe the Hillers and the Barneses might be setting that up again, but I don't know for sure. And I think Jeremy Kissling's involved in that.
Oh, that would be so great.
And yes, so I think that some of our pig show families are getting us that spot again, maybe.
That'd be pretty awesome because it was very centrally located with all of the livestock things, with the exception because horses clear on the other side of the world. But everybody else is right there. You know, goats, sheep, swine, cattle are all right there. And it's just great. It's just going on vacation with all your friends and their critters.
Well, Emily, I know I'll be seeing you soon.
I'll see you this evening.
Yeah. But thank you for coming on. And you know what? After we get back, we'll do a recap of how everything went. Yeah. And then we'll start talking about enrollment and clover buds and all those other things that will start.
Achievement program.
Yes. All those other things that happen shortly after State Fair.
It's really not a downtime. It's just what comes next.
All right. Well, Emily, thank you again for being here.
Thanks for having
us. And thank you to our sponsors, Heartline Kubota, True Built Builders. And for more news, sports, and podcasts, check out SheridanMedia.com.